guys, it's me. I just want to show you what I'm looking at. Look at this. Ma, say hi. Molly, say hi. Say hi, Ma. Ma. There's my doggy. There she is. Come here. Say hi, Ma. Say hi to the class. All right. Well, let's get started, you guys. That's my doggy Molly, right? So we're gonna get started with lesson 5. Let's go. Oh, I gotta tell you a funny story. So I was trying to do all these lessons before we left for. I thought Friday was going to be our last day. I had a feeling. So I decided, let me start videoing them during my lunch and while you guys were at special. So one day, I guess it was Thursday, I stayed late. I stayed until like 5, and I was like doing this problem of the day on the board that goes with this. So here's the problem of the day. Whoops. Here's our central question. How can different fractions name the same amount? Okay, here's the problem of the day. Let me tell you something. I did it completely wrong. And I don't even know what I did. I added in numbers I shouldn't have. I said, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to go home because I am acting real tired and I'm getting a little wacky. So I left after that. But we're going to do this problem of the day. And this time, I know what I did wrong, and I'm going to make it better. What is the difference between the sum of the even numbers between 1 to 15 and the sum of the odd numbers between 0 to 14? Okay. Don't do what I did. Okay? Don't add the wrong numbers together. And I'm going to give you're going to need like a minute and a half to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and put a minute 30 on my clock. And I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and get started now. And then I'll go over it. Hopefully right. All right, go ahead. Minute 30 on the clock. Oops, sorry. All right, timer's up. So what do you think? What'd you come up with? Did you do it wrong like I did? Because I did it way wrong. Okay, if you remember my last tool, the writing, these were not working. So what's the difference between the sum, they are working, of the even numbers between 1 to 15? Oh, yeah, I did this way wrong. And the sum of the odd numbers, 0 to 14. All right, so we have to make 2 charts. No. Luckily, I had something good on there. Okay. We have to make 2 charts. So I'm going to, I'm going to do this. All right, we're going to make No. I'm going to make 2 charts. Okay. So we're going to only list over here, we're going to do 1 to 15. And over here, we're going to go 0 to 14. What is the sum of the even numbers between 1 to 15? So the even would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And the odd numbers 0 to 14. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. So now what they want you to do is add this, add these, and add these. So 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 12 is 42. 42 plus 14 is 656. All right, so we're going to have to put 56 up here. All right, now let's add these. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. 25 plus 11 is 36. 36 and 13 is 9, 49. So now I need to do 56. 56 minus 49. 16. And the answer is 7. Oh my God, I got it right this time because I remember the answer was 7. Okay, so it's 56 minus 49 equals 7. Wow, that's a lot of work, right? That was not for the faint of heart. All right, the answer is 7. Dun, dun. I can't believe I did it right this time. You know why? Because I paid attention. That's why. Lesson learned, lesson learned. Okay, we're going to talk today about how to make a fraction in simplest form. Pay attention to my magic. Remember when I want to find an equivalent fraction, I multiply any number, it doesn't matter what the number is, as long as it's the same, by the numerator and the denominator. Numerator and the denominator. 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 5 is 20. So 15/20 is equal to 3/4. It's exactly the same. So now we're going to do the opposite. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Dun, dun, dun. Division. All right, so it's telling me to write 9/12 in simplest form. So it's going to give us, there's going to be 2 ways to do this. This way that I'm showing you right now is the way you should do it, okay? I know you're going to say, I can't believe that it's going to take so long. That's me telling you. And I'm doing your voice. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I love you guys. I miss you. All right, let's start with the factors of 9. Whoa. Start with 1. What's its partner? 9. What else times, see, remember we did this in the first lesson where we talked about factors and multiples? What else times something gives you 9? 3, right? 3 times 3 gives you 9. Now let's do the factors of 12. 1, what's its partner? 12. It's an even number, so we know 2 can go into it. 2 and what? 6. What else goes into 12? How about 3? Yep. What's its partner? 4. Okay. Now we want to look for the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. The one that's the biggest number that they have in common. Well, it would be 3. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide 9/12 by 3. So, whoops, you can't see that. 9 divided by 3 is 3 over 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the simplest form of 9/12 is 3. You can't see it. 3/4. Okay? Okay? I know I did that fast, so do not stress because I am going to show you how to do it. Listen, I can't believe I got the problem of the day right. I'm going to skip it. Sorry. All right, boys and girls, please turn to example 1, which is on page... Dun, dun, dun. The girls are making noise out there. I'm about to go out there and yell at them. All right. They're disturbing my time with my students. All right. So I'm on page 511. Okay. So you should be on page 511. There are 12 ingredients in a bread recipe. Esteban needs to buy 8 out of 12, or 8/12 of the ingredient, right? 8/12 in simplest form. So they made it really easy for us because they gave you the factors here. Okay. So they gave you the factors. Is this going to start acting up on me? Oh, the gosh, this is going to drive me insane. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So they gave you the factors of 8 and they gave you the factors of 12. Why is it doing it like this? Okay. So we need to find the common factors. So what are the ones that they all have in common? I'm trying to erase. What are the ones that they have in common? So they have one in common, but we really... It's going to let us know that... I'm going to just switch to the next page so that you guys can see it. They're going to say 1 is a common. I never use 1. I have a good reason why. But apparently this math book thinks differently than me. So the ones that they have in common are 1, 2, and 4. Okay? Let me see. I don't know. It like is... see how it's doing that? It won't let me show it at the bottom. 1, 2, and 4. So the greatest common factor is 4. That's the one that you're going to divide by on the top and the bottom. So 8/12 divided by, I'm trying to put it, 4. Okay? 4 times what gives you 8? 2. 4 times what gives you 12? 3. So now it's in simplest form. You know it's in simplest form when both the numerator and the denominator are prime numbers. That's how you know it's in simplest form. Or if even one of them is prime, you've probably got it down. Unless it's like 3/15, then that wouldn't work. But most of the time, if they're either both prime, you're 100% right. And if one is prime, it might be, that's like half the time. Okay. Divide by 4. So let me see if I can come up with it. Just 2. And no, it's not letting me write here. It's 3, but it won't let me write it. Oh, you know this stuff drives me crazy. Okay, so 2/3, which we talked about, right? A newborn koala, is 6/8 inches long. Write the fraction in simplest form. So it says, helpful hint, divide until the numerator and the denominator have no common factor other than 1, which is a prime number. Just use the word prime. All right, we're going to divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 and 8 divided by 2. So 2 times what gives us 6? It's 3. 2 times what gives us 8? 4. So it simplifies to 3/4. And it won't let me write it there. 3/4. Okay. Moving on. I hate rushing through this for you guys because I know you really want me, I know you want it. I wish I could be explaining this to you in the classroom. But I have to rely on this. And so as long as you understand that whatever you multiply, when you multiply by the same number, then you get an equivalent fraction. When you divide, you're getting it into simplest form. You can always divide with, if you have 2 even numbers, you can always start with 2. But it really is important to factor out your numbers. Okay, here's the guided practice. We'll see if it will let me draw on here. Hold on a second. I'm going to use this board because I know this works. And I'm going to write my guided practice here for you. Agnes uses this all the time, so you have to excuse it. All right, so it's 2/4. So they said write it in simplest form. So what they want, see this. No, that's not what I want. Oh, here we go. Let me erase this. All right, 2/4, right? So they want it in simplest form. Now this one's a little bit easy because you know that 2 is half of 4. So it's going to be 1/2, right? The next one is 6/10. Now let's do the prime factorization. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to put it over here. And we're going to do our prime factorization of 6 and 10. So we're going to write all the factors of 6 and all the factors of 10. So we have 1 and 6. Because 1 times 6 gives you 6. 2 and 3. How about 10? We know 1 and 10. 2 and 5. Right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to circle the greatest common number. So they both have 1, but that's not the biggest. They both have 2. And that really is the biggest. So that means the number that I circled is the number that I'm going to divide with. Okay? 2 times what gives me 6? 3. 2 times what gives me 10? 5. So my answer for number 2 would be 3/5. Okay? All right, let me erase that. Now I'm going to do number 3. Okay, so 5/6. Now I'm going to do the prime factorization of 5 and of 6. 1, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm just going to do that because... So what do they have in common? 1. So that means that this number is already in simplest form. So for number 3, you're going to write exactly what I have here. Simplest form. Okay? So I'm going to give you a second to write that down. Simplest form. Okay. Next one is 4/12. So I'm going to write out my prime factorizations. 1 and 4 equal 4. 1 times 4. 2 and 2. I don't need to have 2 twice because I know that I know 2 times 2 gives me 4. All right, so I'm going to start with 1. I'm going to go to 12. Then I'm going to do 2. 2 times what gives me 12? 2 times 6. Comma, comma, comma. And then 3, and I'm going to stick my 4 in there. Okay, now let's start comparing which ones they have in common. They both have 1, they both have 2, and they both have 4. Which one is the biggest? It's 4. So that means I'm going to divide with 4. What times 4 gives me 4? 1. What times 4 gives me 12? 3. So my answer is 1/3. Okay? So now let's go back. Got it? Are we ready? Let me assign you your independent practice. You're going to do 6 to 18 even. And then you're going to do 20 and 21. Okay, so basically 6 to 21. Okay? Yes? Homework's optional, guys, because you're doing this all at home. Okay, do you want me to tell you how much I miss you again? Do you think that that's overkill? Mrs. Orlowski says, you tell them all the time. But I do. And I hope everything's great. And I do wish we were in class together because I would love to be calling on you to give me the answers to this. All right. Listen, guys. You be good. I will see you soon. Bye.